Hello everyone, good morning. See here, today we are discussing about the flow chart. Flow chart means what? See, in previous video we discussed the how we can write down the algorithm. Means how we can write down the programs in step-by-step methods. That step-by-step methods, how we can put in diagrammatical form, that is called as a flow chart. So we will discuss today how to draw the flow chart of a program. See here, flowchart. It is defined as a diagrammatic or graphical representation of an algorithm. Means whatever programmable steps you have written in algorithm, no, you draw that, you write down that steps in diagrammatic or graphical representation. That is known as algorithms. Means whatever steps you have written in algorithm, you write down that steps in diagrammatical form. Draw the diagram of that steps. That is called as a flowchart. Why we can draw the flowchart? See, flowchart shows the flow of the logics. Means whatever logics you are using in your program, so it shows the logic of the program, how it will work. It shows the how it will work. Means user easily understood how your program is working step by step methods. Means algorithm shows the step by step methods and write down that algorithms step by steps in diagrammatical form, that is known as a flow chart. Means how your program will flow, how the program will work step by step. See here, chart showing the flow of logic. Means whatever diagram, whatever chart you will draw here, it shows the flow of logics. Means how your logic will flow step by step. It shows the diagrammatical form. It is the blueprint of an algorithm. Means whatever steps you have written in algorithm, we will draw in diagrammatic format. So this is called as a blueprint of an algorithm. It is an easy way to understand and analyze the problem. So it is very easy to understand the problem using this flowchart. Means user easily know the flowchart logic. Means whatever conditions, whatever formulas we have used, how it will work step by step. It is very easy to understanding purpose. So we can first write down the algorithm of the program, then we will draw the flowchart of that program. Using algorithm, we draw the flowchart of the program. Means user easily understood. Means using diagrams, we can easily understood the program, how it will work, what are the inputs we have given, how it will work, and what the output we will get using these steps. Here, symbols used in flowchart. See, these all are symbols we use to draw the flowchart. If you want to draw any particular program flowchart, we will use these symbols to draw the flowchart of the program. See here, this is geometrical figures. We are using here geometrical figures. Each figure has a specific name and function. For that functioning, we use that particular geometrical figure here. See here, first one is this shape. This is called as a oval shape. We can call it as a oval shape. See here, it is used to denote either start or stop a flowchart. If you want to, we will write the start. If you want to start the algorithm, we use the start at the front. Then at the end of the program, we use the stop of the program. So means whatever steps you have written in algorithm, we write down the algorithm first start. If you want to draw that start in diagrammatic form, we will use the oval symbol for write down the start step. See here, oval, it is used to denote either start or stop. If you want to write down the step start or stop, you use the oval symbol in flowchart. Then second one is, this is called as a parallelogram. This diagram is, the name of this diagram is a parallelogram. Then it represents input or output operations. Means whatever input you are giving to the computer for processing, that inputs you can declare in parallelogram. Means in algorithm, first step is start, then read the inputs. Means whatever input you are giving to the computer for processing, so declare that inputs in second step. So that input you can draw in this parallelogram, it represents input or output, means whatever input or whatever output you will get using that algorithm, so you can draw using the parallelograms. Then third diagram is rectangle. This diagram is called as a rectangle. So where we use the rectangle, see here, it represents all types of arithmetic equations or processing functions of the program. Means see, it represents all types of arithmetic equations, means whatever mathematical formula you are using in your program. So if you want to write down any mathematical formula in your program, so use this symbol. If you want to draw the flowchart of that particular program, so whatever mathematical formula you have written there, so write down that mathematical formula in rectangle. Means if you want to draw the flowchart of that program, there you use the rectangle shape to represent the mathematical formula. Okay, then fourth one is, see here, fourth one is, this shape is called as a rhombus, or we can call it as a diamond. It looks like a diamond. The name of this symbol is rhombus. Okay, where we use this rhombus here, decision making, it is used to denote the testing conditions. It produces two-way result, yes or no. Means see, if you are using the conditions in your program, so if you want to declare that condition, you will use the rhombus symbol in your flowchart. It will display the two-way result. Either because the condition either true, otherwise it is false. If the condition is true, followed up part will be executed. If the condition is false, the other part will be executed, because always the condition has two-way results. Either it is true or false. So if so we are using the rhombus symbol to declare any conditions. Means see, if you are using the while conditions or if else conditions in your program, whenever you write down that conditions in your program, if you want to draw the flowchart of that program, you can use the rhombus symbol to show that condition. This symbol shows the two-way result. Either the result is true, otherwise it is false. So we are using this rhombus to declare the conditions in your program. Then fifth one is, see, these are arrows. This is up arrows. This is this side arrow, left side arrow, right side arrow. This is down arrow. If you want to attach the symbols in flowchart, see, if you want to attach these two symbols, we are using here. If you want to attach these two symbols, we are using here arrows to attach the two geometrical figures. So these arrows we are using here. What is the use of arrows? It indicates the flow of logic and also helps to connect the symbols. So we are using arrows for connecting the two geometrical figures, or it shows the flow of logic. See here, if you want to attach two symbols, you are using here arrow. Means it shows the after this step, next this step will execute. Means this condition, after the executing of this condition, this step will be executed. It shows the flow of logics, means how it will work step by step. So we are using arrows for shows the flow of logic, or it helps to connect the two geometrical figures. Then sixth one is, this symbol is called as the name of this geometrical figure is hexagon. We can call it as a hexagon because it has a 6 sides, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we can call it as a hexagon. It represents the looping logic in flowchart. So this geometrical figure we are using to represents the looping or logic in flowchart. If you want to write down the looping statements in your program, if you are using the looping conditions in your program, so we are using this hexagon. For example, if you are using the for conditions in your program, if you want to declare that for condition in flowchart, use the hexagon. So that is the use of this hexagon symbol. Then seventh symbol is, this is called as a small circle. We can call it as a small circle or connector. Connector, see, we are using this connector for, connector means what? Connect the two diagrams. If you want to connect two diagrams, we are using this connector. See here, on one page you have draw the diagram. Your diagram is half on the first page. If you want to continue on next page, other part of the flowchart, if you want to continue on next page, you can use this small circle. It shows the connection of the diagram in one page and other page. It shows the connection of the program, means that flowchart is not stop at on one, first page. It will continue on next page. See the flowchart, if the flowchart is 2 or 3 pages, it will not fit in one page. So we are writing that drawing that diagram on 2-3 pages. So it shows the connection between, means that that diagram is not separate on each page. That diagram is only one diagram. So it shows the connection between the diagrams. See, if you want to continue the diagram on second page, use this connector. It shows the connection of the diagram. See, it is used to connect two parts of flowcharts. That indicates the continuity. Means if you have done the half diagram on first page, if you want to continue the diagram on second page, use the connector, means small circle. It shows the connection of that two parts of the flowchart. It indicates the continuity, means continue on the next page. Then eighth one is, this symbol is called as a off page, means connector. See, on the front page your half diagram is done on first page, so use their small circle. It shows the connection of the other, means other part of the flowchart on continuing on the second page. So use small circle on first page. On second page, before continuing the flowchart, use the off page symbol. On second page, it shows the connection of the diagram. On front page, first page, draw this diagram, means it shows the continuity of the other part of the diagram on second page, and draw this diagram on second page, means it shows the before part of this diagram on first page. It is continuing on the second page. So name of this symbol is called as a off page. We can call it as a connector. So for connecting the flowchart on 2-3 pages, we are using the small circle and off page. It indicates the connection of process which is continuing in the next page. Means whatever diagram you are continuing on next page, so draw this diagram on second page. It shows the other part of this front part of the diagram on first page and other part of the flowchart on next page. So we are using these connectors, means connecting the two pages. Then ninth one is predefined process. This diagram is called as a predefined process. So it indicates defined process or subrouting defined symbol. See, if you are using the different sub part of the program, means in one program you are writing the part means some part of the program, sub part of the program. If you have written some sub part of the program, so drawing diagram, use this symbol to draw the flowchart of the sub part of the program. So this is the use of this diagram. See here, these are examples of the flowchart, means how we can draw the flowchart. We will discuss in next video.